Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. There's a bill making its way through the state legislature that would mandate that cities with a population of greater than 100,000 people have their city councils elected by district. To hear now with a closer look at what that means is the Mayor of Ontario, Paul Leon. Welcome.
Thank you, Leslie.
Okay, so tell us about this bill. Who's authoring it and what does it do?
Well, it's Assemblyman Hernandez out of the San Gabriel Valley, and actually what it does, as far as I'm concerned, is that it breaks up a city and it creates more division than unity. It creates parochialism, it creates turf, and all of the things that we do not necessarily need at the local level. Now, if we look around us at the cities that have been broken up into districts, they're the poster children for cities that are not doing very well.
Okay, so what districts means? Many cities, large cities, most cities are elected. Anyone can run and everyone can vote for any of those candidates.
Right.
But in some areas, I know the city of Anaheim, a good example of a big city like this, they elected for themselves to decide that district elections were good so that people living in certain neighborhoods could run for those specific districts, and and then the people could vote solely for those candidates.
And I think that that's okay if a city, or if they decide within themselves that this is the best way that we can get representation, and then they vote it in, okay. But what I am opposed to is the continual work, in my book anyway, of state level legislators reaching down into the local level and saying this is how you're going to do government, when the state as a whole, in my book, again, doesn't do very good government in themselves. I would love for them to pay attention to their job and stop paying attention to what is not their job, which is busting up my city. We're a great city. I'm Hispanic, and Ontario is about 70% Hispanic. We have great representation already. What this would do would dilute what the bill is actually trying to do. It doesn't make sense.
How does it dilute what the bill is trying to do?
Well, if you're trying to give, basically, let's just put it on the table. Basically, what it's trying to do is give minorities greater opportunity. But in the city of Ontario, where the population is largely Hispanic, it does just the opposite. We already have, by the way. The funny thing in Ontario, it cracks me up, is that I'm the mayor, I'm Hispanic. We have a Hispanic council member. We have a single female, Deborah Parada, and then we have two so-called white males who are married to Hispanics.
If a city is predominantly one race, if race is the issue here, then it should matter less in your city. In a city like Anaheim, comparatively, there's pockets of different ethnicities, and they usually vote citywide, so you might argue that a small pocket of a Hispanic neighborhood, those representatives might not have an equal voice if the entire city is voting.
I always believe that it's best that every elected official is accountable to all the people of the city. I just generally do not believe in districting a city. I think that it does more negative than positive by far if people would think it through.
And this is something to think about, something that's working its way through the state legislature, but something that also comes up in individual cities, and something to think about for all of us. Thank you very much, Mayor Paul Leon, for being here to talk about that. And thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Leyton.